We've seen a lot of great freshmen in college basketball so far, and in today's video, I'm going to be ranking the top 10 freshmen for the season. What's good, y'all? Hope you're having a blessed day. Just wanted to drop by and say we are on the road to 100K, so if you love basketball content and you're new to this channel, what are you doing? Join the family, hit that subscribe button, and leave a like for more. And without further ado, let's dive straight into this video. Before we get into the rankings just yet, I do want to say that we've seen a ton of great play overall for the freshman class, and it's very impressive. Most players have lived up to the hype so far, and there hasn't been too many disappointing ones, so let's get into the list. Coming in at number 10 on our list, we have a former 5-star recruit and the point guard for the Kentucky Wildcats. We got Devin Askew. Askew's numbers really aren't going to blow you away, but his play so far in this season and up to this point has been very solid. He's not a stat stuffer by any means, but he gets the job done. He's averaging roughly 8 points per game, 2.5 rebounds, and 3 assists. Like I said, his numbers aren't going to jump out at you, but he really controls this Kentucky team, and he's a big reason as to why things are turning around for them. He just always seems to make the right play here or there and gets a bucket when they need it the most. And for those reasons, this is why he comes in at number 10. Coming in at number 9 on our list, we have an Auburn player, but not the one you're thinking of. We have a guy that no one's talking about, and he goes by the name of Justin Powell. Justin is the definition of a diamond in the rough. Going into the season, all everybody was talking about was Sharife Cooper. And when he got suspended for the beginning of the season, Auburn needed some players to step up, and this guy was one of those guys. When I say no one, I mean absolutely no one expected him to do what he's been doing so far. For the Auburn Tigers, he's averaging right at 12 points per game, 6 rebounds, and almost 5 assists. Those are big numbers all across the board, and he's had some big time scoring nights, but he's very efficient too. He's not jacking up a ton of shots. Overall for the season, he shoots 43% from the field and above 44% behind the arc. Something that stands out too is that he wasn't even a point guard being recruited into Auburn. They translated him into one when Sharife got banned. So basically, he's playing out of his normal position and he's looked good. This guy's definitely a sleeper, and if you haven't watched him play, you need to start tuning in because he's got next. Coming in at number 8 on our list, we're going back to back. We got another Auburn player, and yes, this is the one you're thinking about. We got Sharife Cooper. Although Sharife has only played in one single game, it was very, and I mean very impressive itself. Since he only played in one game, I can't put him higher up on this list, but I do think he deserves to be on it. With all the hype and expectations going into this season, and just that one game single-handedly, we see why he's getting the attention. When it's all said and done, and if we do these rankings later in the season, I could see him being a top 3 or top 5 in these. There's not too much to say about Cooper. We all know why he's on this list, so let's get into number 7. Coming in at number 7 on our list, we got a 6'9", 227-pound guard to be exact. He plays for Florida State. We got Scotty Barnes. Before I made this video, I went back and watched tons of film on all these guys in this video, and his film stood out the most to me. His overall stats for the season are flat out nice, but his play is even better than his numbers. He's averaging 11, 4, and 4 and shooting 47% from the field, but he plays way better than that. He has struggled behind the arc somewhat, shooting under 30%, but he'll clean that up. Kinda similar to Devin Askew, who was at number 10, he makes an immediate impact for this team. It's not just scoring, passing, or rebounding, it's everything. He's in the mix of every play, and he's a big part of this team, and going forward, if he does decide to come back, I think he can be one of the best players in the country next year. He looks calm, cool, and collective out there, and that's what you look for in a great player, and that's why I got him at number 7 on our list. Coming in at number 6 on our list, we gotta throw it all the way over to the West Coast, and we got Evan Mobley. Now, Mobley, he's not gonna be exciting. He's not an exciting player to watch at all, and quite frankly, it's kind of boring. This is the only player in the country as a freshman that's going to average 16 points per game and almost 9 rebounds and get no love whatsoever. Let's just be honest, we're all thinking it, but I'm going to say it. No one really likes to watch centers play. It's not exciting. We like seeing 3-pointers, ankle breakers, and dunks. I wouldn't classify Mobley as an old school big man because he is shooting above 42% behind the 3-point line, but like I said, it's just not exciting to watch, and that's why no one talks about him. But however, with all that stuff being said, he is an excellent basketball player, and he's going to be a one and done. There's not too many flaws in his game, and that is the one bright side with centers, because with point guards, you do have a high ceiling, but you also have a low ceiling. With centers, you really don't miss on them much. Centers are always going to be valuable and needed, especially in the NBA. So far for USC, he's been nothing short of great, and that's why I got him at number 6 on our list. Coming in at number 5 on our list, we're going to stay in the West Coast, and we do have an exciting player to talk about. We got Josh Christopher. Going into this season, he had a ton of hype because his other best friend, known as Jalen Green, decided to go to the G League, but Christopher was like, hey, I'm going to college, and it's paid off so far. For Arizona State, he hasn't just been an impact player, but he's been a star player. He's averaging 17 points per game, and he's even had some games with 25 points. He translated over good from the high school to college level, and that's what you like to see in these highly touted prospects. The thing we need to pay attention to, and not just this guy, but every player on this list, is now teams are getting used to them and they're going to be playing some of these teams twice, so will their numbers get worse because teams know how good they are? I don't know, I guess we'll just have to wait and see, but so far nobody's stopping Josh Christopher, so that's why I got him at number 5. Coming in at number 4 on our list, we have a fan favorite, and a lot of people probably thought he was going to be 1 or 2, but not so fast, and I'll explain why. We got Cade Cunningham. To say the least, Cade's been nothing short of what we expected going into college. He was expected to average roughly 20 points per game, put up some good rebounds and assist numbers too. He's done just that. He's averaging 18 points per game, 6 rebounds and 4 assists. I know, some people are going to say, yo, how do you not have Cade at number 1? He was the number 1 player in high school, but I think the other 3 guys that got ahead of him are just outperforming him. It's not that Cade's playing bad, it's just other players are playing better. It's the same thing with rankings. Just because a team's ranked ahead of another, it doesn't mean that team ranked number 2 is not good, just the team at number 1 slightly better than them. That's why I got Cade at number 4, and you'll understand why once I get into these other players. Back on topic with Cade and his play this season, it's been the same thing from high school. We're talking about a 6'8", 220-pound point guard. Yes, that's right, you heard me correctly, a point guard. He's the ideal demigod build that everyone built in 2K15 and 16, so there's no really stopping him. You can really only hope to contain this guy at the college and even probably the NBA level. He's been a grown man out there amongst boys at the college level, and that's impressive because he is only a freshman. With that being said, this is why I got him at number 4 on my list. Coming in at number 3 on our list, we got a 7'1" center from Michigan, and he goes by the name of Hunter Dickinson. When you're talking about a guy who looks good on the books, this is your player. He's averaging 18 points per game, which is great, 8 rebounds, which is great, but what stands out the most is his field goal percentage. He's shooting 73% from the field. 73% is unheard of, and if he keeps that up throughout the season, he might just be the player of the year for freshmen. Anybody can put up good numbers on a bad team, we say that all the time, but he's putting up good numbers on a good team. Going into the season, people somewhat knew who he was, but they didn't expect this to happen. He's been a dominant force for Michigan, and they've been feeding him the ball throughout the games, and he's proven he can get a bucket whenever he wants to. When I was watching the film, one thing that I really took notice in is that he looks so comfortable out there. I talk about the film a lot because it is key, but when you watch the highlights or film on this guy, it's unbelievable that he's only a freshman. He plays like a junior or senior. I can't stress it enough, if you do watch college basketball and watch these freshmen in general, pay attention to their stats over the next couple of months because more than likely they're going to decrease. It's for the reasons I've already stated. Teams are going to find out that, hey, this freshman can hoop, and they start double teaming him and paying more attention to that player. I would like to see him get more aggressive throughout the double teams and in the games because when you're shooting as good as him, he needs to be shooting more shots. Very impressed with him so far and a very great season. That's why I got him at number 3 on our list. Coming in at number 2 on our list, we have a high school basketball star and a high school football star. We got Jalen Suggs. When you talk about Jalen Suggs, you can just go on and on about this kid because I haven't met a person that doesn't like him. What's there not to like? He's just such a likable person and he gets along with everyone. Going to Gonzaga was the right fit for him because he fits in so perfectly with that system. When he's on the court for them, he's somewhat dictating the flow of the game and he's pushing that ball fast. Just like every player on this list, it's very cool to see these freshmen come into the seasons and somewhat dominate the competition right off the jump. Maybe dominate was a stretch, but you get what I'm saying, make a huge impact. Yes, Gonzaga would be just fine without him and they'd still be undefeated probably, but when you add a player with his caliber, it just takes them to another level. He's averaging 14 points per game, 5 rebounds and 5 assists, and shooting above 53% from the field. For Gonzaga this season, he's been a great floor general. He doesn't do too much, but he does what he needs to do to get the job done. I'm going to stop myself right there because like I said, I could go on and on about him. You get the point, and this is why he comes in at number 2 on our list. We've made it to the number 1 player on this list, and once again, if you're new to this channel and love the content and like videos like this in general, think about hitting that subscribe button and leaving a like for more videos like this. And without further ado, let's get into number 1. Coming in at number 1 on our list, we've had a player who's been straight out balling out this entire season. He plays for LSU. We got Cam Thomas. I think up to this point so far, Cam has been the best player in the country for freshmen, but he's making a case for best player in the country in general. These numbers speak for themselves, so hear me out. He's averaging over 22 points per game and shooting above 43% from the field. He's shooting a lot of shots for this team, obviously, but he's making a lot of them too. He's shooting 33% behind the 3-point line. For my young players out there that are in middle school, high school, or even younger than that, if you want to learn how to be a pure scorer and just go get a bucket whenever, you need to start watching this guy or watch his highlights. I know everybody has their preference, but for me, I like to watch scorers play. I like to see a guy that can go out there and get 25 points per game every single night. And Cam Thomas has been that guy so far. The reason I got him at number 1 is for this right here. Yes, the main point is that he's been putting up absurd numbers and had crazy good performances as a freshman, especially scoring wise, but he does the other things of the game pretty decent too. The bottom line is this right here. The name of the game and the goal in basketball is to put that ball into the hoop, and Cam Thomas has been the best freshman so far at doing that. And quite frankly, it hasn't really even been close, at least in my opinion. It's not like he's doing this for a non-Power 5 school either. He's playing in the SEC, and I understand some people are going to hate on the SEC basketball-wise. Yes, they're not the best conference, but they are getting better and improving. I thought early in the season him having these big games was a fluke, but he does it every night he goes out there, so this is why I got him at number 1 on our list. Those were my top 10 rankings for the freshmen, and if you like videos like this and want to see more of these, let me know in the comment section or just leave a like because it lets me know. If you like the videos, of course, but hey man, with all that being said, that's going to wrap up this video. Hope you guys enjoyed, hope you guys learned something. If you're new to the channel, what are you doing? Join the family, hit that subscribe button and leave a like for more. And as always, let's be great. I'm out, y'all. Peace.